Jeff.
We're ready? Okay. And I'd like to call the meeting of the Harlem Township Zoning Commission to order. And Mrs. Ruba, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, Mike Kavler,
Here.
Jenny Manson.
Here.
Tom Need,
Here.
Brittany Hopper. Here. Louis Greenwell.
Here. Thank you. Mike Cannon, our Director of Zoning, is not here this evening, but I see we do have a member of the Board of Zoning Appeals came in tonight, Keith Campbell. So those are the persons present who are in some fashion associated with office in the township. Ashley Zaruba, our zoning assistant, will be taking our minutes and responding to questions that we may have regarding the hearing process as we get to that regarding particularly the posting of announcements of the hearing. This evening, we do have a hearing scheduled at 7:40. Those members of the public who are here, is there a sign-up sheet in the back, Ashley? Absolutely. If you didn't sign that sheet when you came in, please make sure that you do so. In terms of the meeting and for the hearing as well, for members of the public who may wish to speak, if you have a question or a comment to make, please come up to the podium so that your voice can be picked up on the microphone. We're wanting to make sure, since this meeting is being broadcast via Zoom, that members of the public can hear, and also so that we have a recording of the meeting. At this time, we will go to the question of whether we have any new applications to receive this evening. Apparently, we do not. First item of business is review of the minutes, but I understand that there's someone in the audience, and I'm sorry I didn't introduce yourself earlier, but if you would please indicate, said you had a question, and I said that if we have a few minutes before the hearing, we'll see if we can get it done quickly. If not, then we'll have to go to the hearing, and then you can come back and ask your question, and we can go into it in greater depth following the hearing, okay?
Okay. My name is Jason McComas. I'm here representing Dennis and Kathy Spar. They're interested in changing the 3 parcels in town here to 1. And we don't know if we should do it before we try to get it rezoned, or if should try to do the 3 separately. I'm not clear on which makes the most sense, and it's kind of...
Well, do all 3 of the parcels individually meet the requirements for the current zoning that they hold? If not, the answer to your question is, yeah, you would need to go ahead and do it so that you can hopefully bring them into compliance with the zoning.
Okay. Another one of the questions we have is I wasn't clear on what the gross acreage and the net acreage determination meaning is. Like, do we need to fill that out?
Gross acreage would be the acreage that would all inclusive of the parcel. The net acreage is the gross acreage number that you have minus the road right-of-ways and any other easements that are recorded in the but within the county recorder's office.
Okay.
Deducted, and then that becomes the net acreage.
Okay.
So that is applicable to the FR1, sorry. FR1 zoning, farm residential.
And do you guys see, I mean, these are the houses here beside Fracasso's that'll be tore down, and then those lots is what we're looking for.
I don't know that the zoning there, possibly you have the Harlem and Center Village zoning on one or more of those lots. I don't know off the top of my head what zoning you have. If you have that, then my comment earlier may not be applicable, because you may have the appropriate zoning even though those lots are less than the standard requirement for either the FR1 or the AR1
Could you
Okay.
tell us what the addresses are on those so we could actually?
or the parcel numbers.
Let's see what I have that here.
be trying to look them up?
That's really quick. You got the address.
Okay. Can we bring it up to you or? Just re- Okay, it's 316-13001-033-000.
Can I ask you to read that off again?
Yep.
Thank you.
316-130-010-33000.
But you said there were three parcels.
Yeah, that's one of them. You ready? 316-13001-035-000.
035.
Yep. 000. And then the last one is 316-130-010-34000.
3,300, 3,400, and 35.
Yep.
And they're all on State Route 605.
Yep.
There's two of them that are adjacent, and then
One that was across that alley.
some right away.
Yeah.
In between it, so it's separated. But because from the map I've got, it looks like they're all within Harlem Center Village.
Harlem Center Village.
It's
Did you check with the zoning director to see what the current zoning was on the lots?
Yes, it is HCVR1
For all three of them,
for all three of them. And we want to make it the PCD.
you can change the zoning on those three.
Not sure why you would want to.
We're just trying, if you save money, you could combine them and do it all at once. But I didn't know if there was an incentive to do it separately or
what's your overall goal of changing the zoning?
to make it commercial property. Yep.
They can request that that be changed to the
The Center Village Commercial District.
commercial district.
Yeah.
That's part of your commercial plan right there, the, all this.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's an option. That
There may be other complications other than just the zoning on it. If the existing bill, are you planning on leaving the
No,
existing? building?
demoing them all.
Everything's gonna go
Everything's
down.
gone.
Then the current boundaries may not matter. My understanding was that one of the buildings was actually straddling two parcels,
Hmm.
but if that's not going to continue to be the case.
Right. It'll be,
the current, did you look at the zoning that you already have and determine whether or not what you're wanting to do fits under that zoning?
yes, it will not work under that zoning.
It will not work.
It
under
will
this
not
zone.
work. No,
No, because HCVR1 is residential and they want to do commercial.
commercial building. Yeah.
But there is
There's a
Center Village.
historic Center Village commercial district that's available for that area.
It
And
might be more favorable than just commercial.
I beg your pardon?
It might be more favorable to them than just commercial in terms of
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
wondering.
Is this,
size of the.
oh,
Because of the
Because it
size
is-
of your
yeah.
property, because let's see, I'm not sure on the other though, what the minimum lot size requirement. If there is one, may not be a.
is there a zoning resolution for the historical part
Article
of
16.
ordinance 16? Okay.
So currently you have the residential zoning.
Mhm.
Yes, is what you would have. The only one that has the commercial is probably the Picasso lot.
Mhm.
So-
But it is there is a commercial zoning that's available for those small lots. It's an exception in terms of what everything else is in the town, within the township.
On the historical side, is the frontage, is the setbacks and stuff different? Out of curiosity?
I think it's More
We got the
favorable.
problem with setback requirements and lots of things when you're trying to look at straight commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neighborhood commercial, C2.
If a new building is constructed on a parcel within the HCBC1 district, it's Harlem Center Village Commercial District.
Hmm.
The front setback shall be 40 feet and shall be compatible in appearance with other structures in the district. The side yard setbacks 15 feet to any side lot line, and the rear setback is 30 feet. Now, if it's three lots, you have those side setbacks for each one of the lots.
Okay.
If you combine them into a single lot,
Well, honestly, my question really was, does it make more sense to combine them now before we even come to you for the commercial zoning? Which
You're trying to go straight commercial, neighborhood commercial, the minimum lot size is 2 acres. Will
Yeah.
these 3 lots combined amount to 2 acres? Probably.
No.
won't really.
No. Uh-uh.
So that really wouldn't be an option.
Okay.
but Mike, what I was getting at is that if you have 3 separate parcels, even if
No, I agree. I
even
know
if they're
what you're getting at.
contiguous,
Yeah.
you'll have side setbacks for each
Each
of those
one.
3.
Yeah. I follow
Eat
you.
up a lot of acres.
Yes, it will.
If it's a single lot, you only have the side setbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On the
so
common
it
law.
would appear that they could, by combining them into one lot, but still would maintain the same zoning. Rather, at this point,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be changing the zoning.
No.
And you may then be able to use that zoning without having to require, because as I said, if you go to a straight commercial,
You can't.
there, the minimum lot size is 2 acres.
2 acres.
Planned commercial,
Yeah, well, that's why we,
Have the historical.
that's why,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think,
Makes sense.
I think that probably is the better answer.
Yep.
To combine them now and then stay with the zoning that would be available on that property.
You probably only combine the 2, right? Because the third one's got that service road going between them.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you.
Unless we have
We're
to,
building on that service.
unless you need it to make the other part work. Yeah. For parking or something like that.
Yeah,
all
that's gotta go
has that
through.
been vacated at all, or is it still?
I don't know.
They
The
vacated
drive.
The drive,
The alley.
the alley. Because in some places, they have been vacated.
It's still, it's. usable.
still there.
Use it all the time.
Yeah, but is it maintained by the
But
township?
It may be vacated.
It may be
and
vacated.
not an official thoroughfare.
Yeah,
So we could.
possibly.
If it's been vacated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we gotta check that.
I mean, it doesn't look like they've maintained it,
it.
have they?
It's like,
Oh,
Sure.
okay. So it probably has not been vacated.
No. There's a property in the back corner of that where you see the turn. You guys can see it, but there's a property in the back corner of its own, separate from everybody else stuff.
Ah,
That's why I don't think you can vacate it.
okay.
And it doesn't affect the 2 lots that are there are plenty
Right.
what we need.
Yeah.
So we'll do the other one commercial, just it'll be blank anyway.
If the lots don't have the same zoning, then combining them will be more difficult.
they do have the same.
They all have.
Yeah, they're all under the Harlem.
They're-
They
they're
all
both-
have the same
They're
zoning.
both 2/10 of an
Okay.
acre, so combining them, you'll get almost, you'll get
Okay,
4 acres, so.
But
it's still
that's
still
not,
small.
that's not done here. Combining them. is done.
correct. Yeah. I just was wanting your guys' advice. Yeah,
Then you still would have to get the zoning changed
right.
To do
to
commercial.
the neighborhood, or no, I'm sorry, not to the neighborhood.
Historic.
To
Historic
the,
Center Village commercial.
Harlem's Township or Harlem Village and Center Village.
No,
commercial.
no, Harlem Village does not have a commercial district. It's just the.
It's just Center Village.
Center
That's right.
Village.
It's
Historic.
just Center Village that has a commercial district.
We do here.
Yeah,
The zoning change happens here, the lot
Change.
combination happens at the county.
It's, that new zoning is under 16, Historic Center Village Commercial District.
Okay,
But that would be the zoning you'd be looking to change to.
And the depth for those parcels looks to be like 135 feet. So you'd be pretty tight to get,
yeah,
well, on the side yards for sure, you'd be
Yeah.
tight to get that for
Each lot.
of those lots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Give you plenty of room in the middle to.
we've been working on those numbers, right?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. We should be good there.
It looks like you need 40 in the front and 30 in the back. That what we're saying?
Yep, 40, 15, and 30.
40 in the front, 30 in the back is 70, so.
Can sidewalks and stuff and patios be on the right of way? Out of curiosity,
Mm,
The,
no.
the road right away, no.
not the road right away, but the setback. How about the setback?
Building setbacks,
Sidewalks can be
It should-
setback, right?
So
Tom read that to you before.
Building has to be in the setback.
the building in the setback,
Parcel line, you can have a sidewalk.
Well, if a new building is
about a
constructed, it's the
patio?
40 feet that Tom was talking about.
What can occupy in between the setback?
Yeah.
Front of the building and the edge of the parcel.
It depends on how close you want. You want to put it right up on the setback, nothing.
Well, the question that you were coming in and asking, I think it has been answered.
yes, it
correct?
has. Yes, I do appreciate it.
So we're not going to get into any other additional details regarding that because
It's
you have
informal.
to come in, look at the zoning, make sure you can meet those zoning requirements before you would come in to request that zoning change
Perfect.
to to 16, which is Historic Center Village Commercial District.
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate your help.
And the permitted uses are all in 16.03.
16
Read it carefully.
Those are the
Make sure that
permitted uses.
that it applies.
Yes. So let's go, make sure it's going to fit in
Yeah.
with what you are anticipating you're going to want to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Good, thank you.
Well,
Well, we ran a little bit past 7:40, but not too much. Like to,
you're
then
welcome to.
we'll go ahead and we'll move forward. Thank you for coming in and asking. We'll postpone doing the minutes until after the hearing, to go ahead and proceed with the hearing. Because I think that's one of the reasons that Keith is here. Um, the- So let's go into regular meeting recess and we'll call the hearing on HTZC, excuse me, 2514 revisions in Articles 27 and 28 to order. So, Mrs. Rubin, would you call the roll, please? Here.
Here,
Tommy,
Here.
Brittany Hopper. Here. Lou Greenwald.
Here. Thank you. Our hearing is now in session. We have Keith Campbell present in the audience. Do we have anyone online? Is Bob there?
I'm here.
Bob, the rules, as you know, haven't changed. For members of the public who wish to speak, there will be an opportunity for that to take place during the hearing. Remember that only one person can be heard at a time. As we get into our discussion, we'll proceed. The zoning commission will have a discussion first, and then the opportunity will be provided for public participation later in the hearing. When that opportunity is provided, remember only one person can speak at a time, and we would ask, excuse me, ask that when you come to the podium or if you are online, you be sure to state your name and address. And we ask that you be brief and factual, and please do not bring up a point or a question previously addressed. Please do not interrupt the speaker and do not carry on your own conversations while an individual is speaking. If a certain group wishes to be heard, please have a spokesperson for that group to address the commission. It doesn't look like we've got a group here tonight. Okay, with that introduction, let's go ahead and move forward in terms of the application. We have received the application, and it is being submitted as a request by the zoning commission. We are asking for this change. The purpose of making the changes are primarily to accomplish two goals. One is to make sure that we're consistent with the Ohio Revised Code in terms of the way that public notices are posted. And secondly, to be consistent within our documents. There was no need for individual letters to be sent to participants because it's a change in the zoning regulation, not a change in zoning of a specific parcel. With that in mind, was the announcement posted appropriately? And I'll ask Ms. Aruba to please provide that information for us. It was posted online, on the district website or township website, and on the Facebook page. Okay. You have the posting. Would you go ahead and read it then? Yes.
Public notice, the Harlem Township Zoning Commission is being asked to consider the following: approval of amendments to Articles 27 and Article 28. The hearing is scheduled for December 1st, 2025 at 7:40 p.m. at the Harlem Township's Building, 3883 South State Route 65, Galena, Ohio 43021. To view the application and accompanying documents, please call 740-952-661 extension 2, Monday through Friday, 8 to 12 p.m. to schedule an appointment or view on our website at www.harlemtwp.com. The hearing is open to the public. The hearing is also available on Zoom. Mike Kaplan, Chair.
Thank you. Did you receive any requests for reviews? No, no one contacted you. Okay. Thank you. Well, we do have a copy of the sections 2701 and sections 2806. 2805, 2806, 2807. And 28. No, that's it. Those three in 28. So we have 4 sections that we're looking at making changes in. Let's do 2701 first. This relates to the zoning commission article. We've discussed this previously in hearings and made recommendations. We have a copy that shows where the changes are. This copy should reflect all the changes that we have previously discussed, and unless there are further changes, this will become the final version. Anyone have any questions about this version that we need to discuss further?
2701.
2701, that's the only one, yeah, right now.
So at in the second paragraph, in the red, posted on the township website and social media accounts in plural. And we
don't seem to be able to get rid of that S.
So I think we decided that we would
Just be
say
singular.
a singular account.
Yes.
All right. So that S should just come out.
It's just a typo, I guess.
And on the second page, third paragraph from the bottom, unless otherwise provided by ORC 519.12. On the fourth line, it said, we're talking about the petition for referendum signed by a number of qualified voters residing in the unincorporated area of the township. I'm not sure what a qualified voter is. A registered voter, I understand.
I don't want to change that wording. It's been there for several years. Why would we want to change it?
Been there a long time.
Also not a paragraph we had reviewed previously.
Sir.
That was part of the review.
Yeah, because there's some in red, so we must have reviewed it.
I don't know, I don't have it on any of my
No,
pages.
I can clarify that. Scott, when he sent me the red line of the entire thing, because you guys only did a portion of it for the public notice, this is the entire section. He went ahead and changed that because the ORC changed the percentage
From 8 to 35.
from 8 to 35. So he changed that and wanted you guys to see it before you did that section, because it follows the ORC now. So that is why it's redlined, but you did not review that
Okay.
section.
Good, I was gonna say.
And he put
Oh,
in,
wow, yeah, that is new.
it's a big change.
It's a huge change.
I mean, I don't think we really
Yeah,
have
we can't
any
do anything
say
about
in it
It's
though.
revised code.
Yeah,
Thank you. I didn't even know that, that the legislature had done that.
I didn't either.
So if he added the word if he didn't change the word qualified,
Well, I was just responding to the word qualified, yes, that Tom had raised that, and I thought, well, qualified voters, that's the language that's been used.
Is that the language in 519.12?
Yeah,
let's find out.
and I think it may even be that wording in the revised code. I don't know.
To the Google.
RC.
They have to be registered.
519.12.
So
Subsection over.
So I was wrong. We had new language here tonight that we didn't know we had.
I don't think anybody knew. If Scott didn't know,
He didn't include it with us before.
I'm not sure why but got scratched out, because now it's equal to not less than 35%.
Where's the words that you're? Where?
could just be what it says.
a petition signed by a number of qualified voters.
Okay, this says, the ORC says, presented to the Board of Township Trustees a petition signed by a number of registered electors residing in the unincorporated area, ...
Registered electors instead of
Registered
qualified
electors
voters.
is in ORC.
Okay. Do you want to go to the trouble of changing this, or do you want to just leave it the way that it is?
I don't care.
I don't either. I'm fine with it being saying qualified, because like I said, I know that wording has been.
Read the rest of that sentence.
Let me start with, there is presented to the Board of Township Trustees
Mhm.
a petition signed by a number of registered electors residing in the unincorporated area of the township or part of that unincorporated area included in the zoning plan equal to not less than 35% of the total vote cast for all candidates for governor in that area at the most recent general election at which a governor was elected, requesting the Board of Township Trustees to submit the amendment to the electors of that area for and it goes on and on.
Okay.
I mean, because it says, what did it say again?
Registered electors.
Registered
Registered
electors.
electors versus qualified.
Okay, make it the
Qualified.
same and let's.
We could
carry
change
on.
it. Okay, so it's going to read then signed by a number of registered electors
Registered electors.
instead of qualified voters.
Sure.
Maybe I don't know whether we've got qualified voters defined. Registered electors. Okay, so we are making a change here.
Okay.
Is it? It's just electors, right?
Electors.
ELEC2RS.
Yep. ELECTORS.
They really don't want to allow people to vote on these things anymore, do they?
No, so instead of.
No, the developers got that change.
Needs 35% instead of 8.
Yeah. That's a huge number.
Oh. Well, let's
You
say
get
if
35%,
we have
you can go
2,000,
to-
which got approximately that, 2,000 registered voters, and you're looking at, 700.
Yeah, but it's the number of voters
In the
who actually voted in the
last election, last
So you-
gubernatorial election.
So you might only have 1,000,
Well, yes, you don't know,
right? So, I mean, it's still a big
It
number.
could be as high as whatever, but
but it used to
But it's
be,
8%.
they raised it up to 8%. Used to be less than that, and they raised it 8, now they're jumping it up to 35. I don't think we're gonna have very many petitions in it.
Not even a majority though. At the end of the day.
Okay. So the only change then, thank you, Tom, for
That
pointing
just
it
gets
out,
them on a ballot.
because this,
The number of.
It was something that
Get a division.
was a change since we had this last document that Scott has now put in for us that we didn't know that we needed to even be discussing. But the qualified voters, maybe it's best to change it so that it matches the revised code.
That's the only thing I would say.
Yeah, so that there's no confusion about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I would say, if somebody raises, why is yours different than the ORC?
Yeah.
And now it's not.
It's, I said, what I said before, but was based upon the fact that it's been that way for
Yeah.
30 years plus since we've had zoning.
Well, they didn't ask us.
Yeah, but we'll change it to match the revised code. All right, and we'll let Scott know that change is forthcoming. That's the only change in this document? And then,
Other than
actually,
Taking the S.
so the first page, under 2701, we're dropping the S on the word accounts. Those are the two changes.
Yep.
That's it.
They're not different sections, they're just different paragraphs.
Yep.
Okay, is everyone comfortable with that at this point? We won't be taking a vote yet, other than to say we're finished with terms
We're
27.
finished, and we're not coming back to 2701.
We're not, that's my point. Thank you. That's what I had in mind.
Yeah.
We don't want to come
We're
back to
finished,
this
and we're
part.
Not reading it again.
And now we're going on to Article 28. Article 28 deals with the Board of Zoning Appeals. And we're looking at three sections in there. Section 2805, which is procedure on hearing appeals. Now let's make sure here again that we don't have any new changes
We have the
that
same.
came in from Scott that we weren't expecting or didn't know about. I don't anticipate there are, but we better look, be sure.
We got that plural account again. So it says accounts.
Social media accounts,
That's right,
yeah.
yes.
Oh, it's at the bottom too.
Yep, got the S again.
And then the last line of the same page, same thing.
806.
Also says accounts.
Okay, the first paragraph under media accounts, we're going to drop the S there.
Were there just the two on that page or am I missing one?
Right? That's all I see.
But 2805, we're good. With the exception of the
I didn't
S.
see other than the S, yeah, 2805,
Okay.
2806. Sorry, yeah, I didn't point that out.
So
So I'm looking at
2806.
2806.
And so,
The last line there also has social media accounts.
right, then we've got that S in 2806 at the bottom of the page, and then
And we got the,
we've got some extra text here that you want to talk about, right? Yes, clear text here,
now, that's on 2806.
right?
Yes. So now, because we're looking at 2806, there is new wording that is being recommended for consideration that's coming from the BZA. It's on a separate sheet. It's in blue font. And Keith is here tonight, representing the BZA, or as a representative. This is the language that I discussed with them at their hearing, not their hearing, sorry, at their meeting on November the 17th. And it was agreed upon to add this additional language to be consistent within their document between 2806 and 2807. And also then, of course, putting the language in with regard to the notice. So if we've got the same problem on this one with the S, where it's not supposed to be, we need to fix that.
Well, we're just taking their blue language and dropping it in here.
Yes, the blue language that's here
That's it.
would simply go into A under application. That blue, what's in blue would be entered here, would be added.
Right after appeals.
Yeah. So this paragraph would read what's here, the way that it's here.
I think the language is fine. That's the language that the BZA,
That's the language that the BZA has had in 2807. It's not new language in 2807,
okay, good. Even
but
better.
what they wanted to do was to put that same language
Oh,
in
easy.
2806.
Yeah, perfect.
So it would be consistent. All right. So with that in mind, we all are in agreement that that's acceptable.
Good with 2806.
All right, then we go forward to B. There's no additional changes from the BZA anywhere else in 2806, actually. And the language that is presented here, we're just looking for that S, and it appears in 2806.
See,
Notice of such hearing, it's social media account, and we're dropping the S.
So no other changes to 2806.
On 2806,
There's blue
that
tech
completes it.
and there's an S, and that's it.
That's it.
we have relettered some things. Oh. Right.
Well, 28, let me see,
They're in red too.
2806. Oh,
Are they
yeah,
just
the-
red because there was changes in the paragraph? Oh, there-
Yeah, probably because we added,
Yeah.
changed something.
not
They
sure.
all seem consistent though.
They all
You can
see, they look
yeah.
okay
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
It's just, yeah, we didn't change any of the wording anywhere. Other than the hearing, the word hearing and was deleted, and it just says decision.
Right, so we're good with 2806.
Okay.
okay.
And then after 2806, completing the whole section, go to 2807. 2807, procedure on application for conditional use permits. Now here again, under A, application, here we're adding the language, written application of a conditional use permit shall be made to the township zoning inspector, who shall transmit and said application to the Board of Zoning Appeals. That is the language again requested by the BZA to be consistent with what's in 2806.
Makes sense.
That's fine.
I think it's also new higher revised code.
Yeah.
Who's gonna argue?
All right, so now in terms of the notice,
We got rid of the S there.
Yeah, the S is
S is gone.
gone. So that's the only change in 2807 was that blue text
Yeah.
yes,
and no other changes.
Okay.
All right.
that's
That's
it.
it, right?
And the last sentence under 2807C,
2807C.
so the crossed out notice shall be given by ordinary mail, and then in addition, something there too. One notice of said meeting shall be published.
Is deleted,
That'll
it says
be
posted on the
posted.
township's website and social media account.
So I'm just questioning the word one notice. Or just questioning the word one. Whether it needs to be there. It just should say, in addition, notice of said meeting,
But the other places where we put this, it just
notice of
says
such hearing,
notice of such hearing.
yeah.
I'm not sure why we didn't delete it before either.
You see what, it's just the word one and then
Yeah.
And
number
the
one. in
numeral
parentheses.
one. In
Yeah,
addition, notice of said meeting.
So we want to strike
Just get rid of one.
one and the number one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
notice of said meeting.
Every place else we said it was a notice of a hearing.
So we'll just
That's
say,
ju-
in addition, notice of said meeting.
I think there's something funny happened there. I'm not sure what. Yeah. In addition, a notice. Okay,
Okay, so, so.
we're
the
just
la-
gonna delete the word one and the numeral one.
Yes, but in the same 2807C, in the middle, it says notice of said meeting, and at the very end, it said of such hearing. One or the other.
Are you saying we're saying meeting instead of hearing?
Well, we're saying in one place a meeting,
Yeah, and at the
saying,
very
and
end
we're
of
saying
that.
colon.
Just change the word meeting to hearing, and then we'll be consistent with everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good plan.
That,
Got that?
Yeah, I got it. I don't know how that slipped by us before. How many times have we looked?
Tom, you were off your game.
we were,
rule of proofreading, never ends.
we were, paid more attention to the sentence before. We were concerned with the sentence before that.
I think so. We didn't pay that close attention.
We were focused on some contiguous versus contiguous.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what it says, but the way that paragraph reads now, Ashley, to be sure that we have a common understanding. In addition, notice of said hearing shall be posted on the township website and social media account. Got it right in that paragraph.
At least 10 days.
At least 10 days before the date of such hearing.
Actually, you don't even need the word in addition because we're no longer, notice shall be given by ordinary mail. So it's really not in addition.
Right, we could just capitalize notice.
Notice,
Right.
which is how we've done it in all the other
All the other
places. We just
places.
said a capital notice
Yep.
of said hearing. That's how we start the sentence.
Good.
Okay, so that takes us through the document 2807. That's the last section with changes. Keith, you have any questions or comments?
No, I see what you've done, I agree.
All right. That sounds good to me. All right, at this point then, what's the pleasure of the board with regard to application 28, I'm sorry, application 14.
Okay.
25.
Mr. Chair, inasmuch as application HTZC 25-14 appears to meet all applicable aspects of the Harlem Township zoning resolution, I move that the Harlem Township Zoning Commission recommend to the Harlem Township Board of Trustees that said application be approved.
Corrected? No?
I heard 2 seconds. I don't know who was first.
Well, do I need to say as corrected? Or,
Yeah,
or is that just,
no, what, as discussed here tonight with changes.
as discussed at the zoning commission meeting on
Hearing.
hearing on December 1st, 2025.
Tom seconded.
I'll take it.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Mrs. Ribber, would you call the roll, please?
Yes. Howard,
Aye.
Jenny Manson.
Aye.
Louis Greenwell.
Aye.
Tom Mead.
Aye.
Brittany Hopper.
Aye.
All right. The motion to recommend application 2514 05 14 to the
Board of,
Harlem Township Board of Trustees is thereby approved. It will go to the trustees as soon as possible. They will have a meeting on December the 17th. Is that the right date? 15th. Yeah, it's the 15th, right? No, 17th. It's 2 weeks from Wednesday. That would be the 17th, because Wednesday's the 3rd. So December the 17th. And hopefully they will set a hearing date for it, and that hearing date would be in January. Sometime. And in this case, there is the possibility of a referendum, but now that we know what the new rules are, the likelihood of a referendum is very small.
I don't think we made the sort of changes that people are gonna referendum.
I don't think so either. I would agree with that. All we're trying to do is be consistent with what the revised code has done. And it makes the notification simpler because we don't have to put it in the Delaware Gazette, and so few people in Harlem Township subscribe to that newspaper anyway.
Yep.
Wasn't very productive. All right, with that said, if there is no further discussion, we've approved it. I'll take a motion to close the hearing. Moved by and seconded by
Brittany.
Brittany. I heard it, but I couldn't tell exactly who said it. Moved by Louis, seconded by Brittany to adjourn the hearing. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, the hearing's closed. We're back in the regular zoning meeting. We will continue and move forward with the discussion of the minutes. Before we go ahead and start into that discussion, I want to say and convey this, I guess, to Ashley primarily. Will you send this forward to the regional planning, to Scott? If he has any questions about that, I'm not sure how we're going to transmit that to him. Will you be able to put it all in one document so he can send it to him that way, Ashley? The changes. We made some changes tonight. He needs to know specifically where the changes are. Right now, it's in two separate documents, and I'm just saying we need to basically give it to him in one document, and you can take care of that.
Yeah, she's gotta submit all the changes to the
Yeah.
trustees anyway.
Yeah, I normally, when I write up your
Well,
guys'
but-
minutes, I just send him you guys haven't approved them, but they have everything that you've asked to. And if he has any questions, he just asks.
And then he calls you.
But
Because
he
we
never
want, what needs to go to the trustees isn't just these sections.
No, it's.
It needs to be the complete article. Because it'll be confusing to them to have just the sections, I think. By giving them the complete article, then they can see we made no changes anywhere else. And I want to make sure that Scott then sends that back to you that way. The red line copy and the
Clean.
copy that's clean,
Yeah.
Both.
but when he submits that, he has more time to do that than just a week, actually. When do you normally submit that to the trustees? As soon as you can, probably.
I'll give it to him this month. So in 2 weeks.
Just hand it out at the meeting. You don't distribute to them prior to the meeting?
No, they'll receive it at the meeting and then they'll set their hearing,
Okay,
just like you guys do.
all right. So that's the way that you don't send it to them in advance of the time when they're going to be setting the hearing date. They just get
Yeah.
it at that time.
They'll set a hearing date and then they'll have the month to review it. and
Then they'll have a whole month to have the
Yeah.
document.
Yeah, so I'll just make sure they have everything. I give them packets, like they each, if you guys have 3 rezones or 3 article changes, they get a packet for each of them. I give them each.
They get the full packet.
Lots of stacks of paper.
All right. Lots of paper. Even though we have all these computers that we're utilizing, we still put everything in print.
No, I read print better than,
Well, so do I. I prefer it that way. It's easier. Okay, thank you, Ashley.
but yet when the trustees will be having their setup meeting, or what do they call it? These organizational.
It would be on. I think January 7th. That's the first Wednesday of the month.
We have a,
It
So
would've been-
Then we won't meet on the 5th because we won't be official.
If they're not meeting till the 7th, we won't meet on the 5th.
I think you guys had that last year.
We
didn't
did
you?
that,
You
correct.
Just did the workshop one, because when I was
Yeah.
going back and looking at some stuff.
That
you
is
guys
what we
just
did.
The workshop.
Because they didn't meet until after us. So
Mhm.
we decided we wouldn't meet as the first meeting in Monday. They didn't do a special meeting for their organizational meeting. They waited and did it at what was their normally scheduled meeting of the month.
Okay.
But this time around,
I was just curious. Right.
if they're gonna do it on the 7th, that's a Wednesday, but that's the first Wednesday in January?
Yeah,
Okay,
so we could have our workshop meeting on the 12th.
right. Well, we'll try to verify that if we can before next week. We have a workshop meeting next week, and Louis is going to be the star of that meeting.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be ready?
Oh, yeah. I'll be ready.
Okay, that'll be good.
I'll make sure I'm ready. I'm not ready tonight. I'll be ready a week from tonight.
Well, we had talked about that. Yeah, that might be a possibility, but we said, no, leave it on the workshop, and if you make it early, great. If not, we'll do it then.
Yeah, that's fine.
Since I didn't hear from you, I didn't put it on the agenda.
I looked. to make sure It wasn't. Otherwise, I was gonna have to.
Well, I should have called you to check, but I wouldn't put it on there without verifying that you wanted it on. Okay, go ahead.
The trustee 2026 reorganization meeting is Wednesday, January 7th, 2026 at 1 p.m.
2020, January 7th at 1 p.m. Okay. Now you'll request if they have any other items, they may decide to do something else, but then it would have to go under their agenda.
I know last year did a regular meeting after that. I'm assuming. I would guess they do one. I don't know, I'll have to ask because
They'll probably clarify that at the
Yeah.
meeting on the
they
17th.
should clarify at the meeting, because I'll post it as a special meeting essentially.
Mhm.
To have like, the reorg obviously is already approved, I'll repost it just so people know. But, I'll be posting if they decide to have another regular meeting too. But then they'd have 2 regular meetings that month.
Well, since we know they're doing theirs on the 7th, then we'll plan to do our reorganizational meeting on the 12th.
So do you want me to post that you guys are not doing your regular meeting?
There will be no regular meeting on January 5th.
Okay, I will get that posted.
Give us a long break.
I'll take it.
All right. Okay, take a look at the minutes. Everybody, I think, ended up finding those.
Mhm.
Uh, Were the changes that everyone submitted picked up by Ashley?
no,
I anticipated that might not happen, Tom, because I saw that your changes, at least what I saw, were submitted,
1 o'clock?
yeah, sometime this afternoon.
Yeah, I think it was at,
I think I was looking at them at 5. It said 4 hours earlier.
okay.
That'd be about right, 1 o'clock. He had, his were in green, when I found it. But I didn't see any other changes that were there. That's probably because you accepted them already, Ashley.
Yeah, I see yours.
So Tom, do you remember what they are?
Are you testing me?
I was gonna say, I can see them, I can tell you if you need me to.
They're on there probably still then in green because you accepted the other changes earlier. His were in green. At least when I saw them, they were in
Yeah, they
green.
may be just black or red now, whatever the first color is that they use. Yeah. Ooh, there's a different typeface there.
So you want me to go through it and you'll correct me if my memory fails?
Yeah, either way.
So on the first page, the first paragraph, it says, and requested a roll call, and then in the, I don't know, 5, 6 lines, Mr. Kabler asked for a roll call at 7:30, so I think once is enough.
Okay.
Then on the top of page 2, second line, exterior boundary works for notification. And then I think the word within should be within quotes. And change to the word beyond should be in quotes. Just so it's easy to read. Contiguous, contiguous. Paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the last sentence starts, the next sentence starts with the applicant shall. I think it's probably a capital T since the start of the sentence. Earth-shattering changes.
You changed one paragraph down from that where it says, Mr. Dean stated that the commission sent recommendations to the board trustees. You put not to the Delaware County Regional Planning Commission.
Yep, right. The last sentence to remove the county or regional planning commission. I mean, I don't have it in front of me. I don't know what makes sense. Leaving the board of trustees.
And
I don't know if
about that, also removing as the case may be, that is okay the way it is.
Also removing as the case may be, that should come out.
Yeah, okay. So there was no change. with
Yeah,
it.
I don't think there was anything on the last page.
Okay.
Was there anything else in your document?
Nope,
Notice?
nope, you got them all. Memory was
Thanks,
good.
thanks for lying for me.
Mr. Chair, I'll move to approve, or motion to approve the zoning commission workshop meeting minutes from November 10th as corrected.
Second,
Moved by Mr. Greenwell, seconded by Ms. Manson to approve the minutes as corrected. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Minutes are approved for November 10th as corrected. Louis will be bringing us next week the update on the completion of application for zoning amendments.
I'll try to get a PDF of that revision out by Friday of this week, so everybody's got a little bit of time, as much time as soon as I get it finished this week, I'll get it out to everyone.
Okay, that sounds
It's
fair.
Friday, maybe Thursday, I don't know when I'll get it. but
That's for the flow chart, right?
That's the flow chart.
checklist. Okay,
it's a flow chart.
okay.
And the update on the checklist for completion, I put that on there in the sense of, do we have now online? Because I looked at it. Actually, it seems like what we've got online now is everything in it that we need to have in it. Did we want to change anything more? Because it does say that the applicant should be in touch with the zoning director, but it's not required, but strongly encouraged. Is the wording that's there. Do we need to do anything else with that? That's the reason I put this on here. Whether or not there's anything else that should be changed on that checklist. Because we had discussion about using Mike and expecting that Mike's going to get himself involved with that, and he's all in favor of doing it. Do we need to change anything else relating to that? It won't be on the checklist. At the last meeting, it was mentioned that I think Tom is the one who said during the hearing, we can ask the applicant, did you meet with? And I will, certainly be planning to do that.
But that's your personal checklist.
Yes, not on, it
Yeah.
won't be in writing anywhere,
Yeah.
except for me or the chairperson. Whoever is chairing the meeting.
No, I think that's good. That's good.
Okay. And then Louis will be bringing us for next meeting, the update on the not the checklist, sorry, on the flow chart that he's been working on. The other item that I would bring up is that Mike discussed with me today an issue that he has had some concerns about. And I don't know whether he'll be preparing something to bring forward for us to consider at the workshop meeting next week or not. But I suggested that to him, and that might be something that he would want to do. And the issue basically relates to, I don't know how many lots there are, but what he identifies as a large number of 5-acre lots in the township that have less than 300 feet of frontage. And they want to apply for FR1 zoning. And they can't because they don't meet the requirement for FR1 zoning. Or if they apply, it would be turned down because they don't have 300 foot of frontage. So that's the issue. He wants to see if he can find a solution for addressing that for those lots that have been in existence, not for the creation of new lots necessarily, but for those lots that have been in existence for a long time.
What would be their reason for wanting to move to FR1?
Yeah.
Because they want to split the lot.
Well, if they're gonna split, if they're gonna split the lot, then there will be a different setup. They're probably gonna have to have one as a flag lot.
Yes, but that would only require a minimum of, potentially a minimum of 235 feet.
175 plus 60.
Right.
Yeah. So then they'd be moving into compliance,
But remember, we can't do that anymore.
which is the stupidest thing I ever.
I know.
That's what
It's what we
always
used to do.
told to do is.
And that's what the county prosecutor and Delaware Regional Planning had always recommended to us.
To do what?
To bring
To-
things into
To
compliance.
bring things into
Not to get them to
compliance.
comply.
And if that meant, in this case, they wanted to split it, and they had enough frontage then to meet that requirement, minimum of 235 feet, that would bring them into compliance, then that's what we should do.
So
But it might not be. Because if they do have at 5 acres, then 175 feet is not the frontage for FR. I guess they could make a 2 acre lot with
They can make
175
one 2 acre lot.
and then a 3 acre flag lot on 60 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what.
So is there any way we could do some sort of it's a chicken and the egg thing where they can't split. They can't split until they get the zoning, and they can't get the zoning until they split, right?
Sort of the, yes,
So
I mean, that
Is
is
there
pretty
any way-
much is it.
Is there any way we could do something with Delaware County Regional Planning that has some sort of a conditional that once this happens, like we approve this thing that's kind of waiting, and then once they do their thing, then it happens. Both things happen at the same time. Like we can approve something, but it doesn't really go into effect until we can approve the zoning change, but it doesn't go into effect until the lot changes. So
Keith, is frontage something that you can get a variance on?
We had one come that way.
Yeah, they could get the variance, but then that would be another, that was what was going to, if you recall, that's what was being suggested would happen with the lot that was adjacent to, now I'm sorry, I can't
It was
remember
on
the folks' name.
But it was on Green Cook, right?
Yes,
One was Jacobus, no, what the other one was.
yeah, and there's like, on that particular section over there, there's probably, I forget what the number is, it might be 15
15 or 16 of them.
or so lots, and they're all the same. They all have the same frontage. They're all 5
They were
acres.
Divided into the 5 acre lots before the regulation. But the road frontage up higher, so those were all,
They're grandfathered in.
they were all. grandfathered in.
Yeah, exactly.
They were done 30, 40 years ago.
couldn't we approve a zoning change that doesn't go into effect until the lot split happens?
No,
So that
can't
the
do that.
change, they would still be AR1 until such time as the lot gets split, and then the
Magic.
new zoning would.
but they can't split the lot if they don't have the zoning. The lot split can't happen for anything less than 5 acres without zoning approval.
But if they've got our conditional approval,
We can't give it to
Can't
them.
do a
Why not?
conditional approval.
There's no such thing.
You have a hearing, you can
Legally.
approve
The
something or you
conditional approval
don't.
comes to DCA.
Yeah,
To change the conditions, that's it.
yeah, a conditional approval is a BZA's.
So, we've done,
You could.
That's conditional.
I would just like to see the simple similar that
What's our area variance?
identify those lots.
Which is
and
not what we
write
want.
something,
No,
allow them
agreed.
to do that, to change the intent of.
yeah, I don't know whether there's a way to write language and have it in the zoning that would somehow make an exception for those lots that were
right,
grandfathered in, so to speak. See, those 5 lots, well, I'm not 5, there's more than 5. Whatever number of lots there are, those lots couldn't get approved today because they don't have enough frontage.
they
to
don't
be
have enough
approved
frontage
as a
to
5
even,
acre.
to even be AR1. They're not even.
For AR1, they need 300 feet.
Right.
So they're non-conforming lots.
Can you-
currently,
Can you
right.
write the statement into the resolution that anything that was formed before such and such date, is grandfathered in to be able to go ahead and split? I mean, can you do something like that, Just-
Well, that
any
means-
lot in the township that was formed under the old regulations before it changed, whatever date that we found out that was, would be allowed to go ahead and split.
Yeah, but how do we keep track of when every lot was created?
It should be on the auditor's site.
That doesn't always say when it was created.
I don't know.
It doesn't.
We'd have to get a
But-
list
but,
of
you
very
know-
specific parcels.
Well,
I
any
think anytime a
any
lot split
lot
occurs,
that's
there's
in the
a
town
new-
or parcel that's in the
new
township
boundary
that's
description.
approved as a 5 acre lot with less than 300 foot of frontage predated the zoning resolution that we have now.
So it'd have to predate whenever we changed it, the frontage.
To 300 feet.
Yeah.
That was 1988.
That was said at the beginning of zoning.
No,
That
what
frontage?
happened, it was zoning before that. Then it got kicked out.
Yeah, that got kicked out. So,
Well, the previous one, you got kicked out and had to rewrite the whole resolution back in 1988.
right. So any law, and those laws were approved like 50 years ago. The ones that I'm thinking of on Green Cove.
Information that we had the hearing, I looked that all up to see when that was split, when, it was like a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, well, there's some, actually, I know there are because there's some 5 acre lots out there that have like just 200 feet or less than 200 feet of frontage. They're just very long, narrow bowling alley kind of lots in various places around the township.
Those would have a hard time probably splitting to FR.
Yeah, they would.
They couldn't even meet FR1.
They couldn't even meet FR1, right? Even if they wanted to split, they probably.
If they don't have a minimum of 235 feet of frontage, there's no way that they could be split.
Right.
Without combining with. an
Yeah.
adjacent house.
Yeah.
So I kind of got further into the issue with our discussion than I necessarily anticipated tonight, but I've asked, that was the issue, and I asked Mike if he has a proposal potentially to bring forward for us to consider.
Okay, I would, we listen to Mike, I would kick it back to Scott in Delaware County. What do you want us to do? Ask them what the solution is.
A lot of the 5 acre lots didn't even come to zoning, right?
Now, 5 acre don't have to come to zoning,
Right.
correct?
So
Won't have to come to zoning for what?
if they were like 100 acres and they split them all into 20 different 5 acre lots, that didn't come through us.
As long as it meets the minimum of 5 acres, the they will approve it in the county.
Yeah, it only comes to us if they want to change the zoning to something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't look to see what the zoning requirement is. So they may approve a 5 acre lot even today
It doesn't
that
have
has
to-
less than 500, I'm sorry, less than 300 feet of frontage.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
It's
that's not very helpful.
it's a.
No, it's not.
It's a problem.
I've had that argument before with the county engineer's office.
Well, you'd think that would be part of their checklist. That they're not creating non-conforming lots.
They don't care.
No, they don't care. My pen ran out of ink. It wouldn't write, so I had to reaching for another one. They don't care. They've said that they're not required to do it, so they don't pay any attention to it.
The lot I have when I purchased that was 2 parcels. The house was built across those parcels. Like the parcel split right down the middle of my house. So. Years ago, Delaware County had a thing that he had, like when the parcels, you could combine them for tax purposes, so I combined my parcels into one. I didn't come to the BZA, there was the zoning commission, anybody, the Delaware County just did it.
Mhm.
So yeah, when my original survey shows 2 parcels, one came off of the Jackson farm, one came off the Clark farm. And the line was right down the middle of my house.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of a mess that would create if that could happen today, because that basically then becomes potentially a non-buildable lot. If it would get created, because he wouldn't give them a permit. Then they go to the engineer's office to get a building permit, but they don't give a building permit if the zoning inspector doesn't say, yes, the zoning's appropriate. So it's catch-22 if that were to happen. I don't know that it ever has happened, but I'm wondering if it's possible. Probably is. Because the county engineer's office does not check zoning.
Yeah.
Well, just wanted to bring that to your attention because it potentially, Mike will bring that, so that'll be potentially another agenda item for next week. Right now,
Scott gonna come next week?
beg your pardon?
Is Scott coming next week?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Scott, you
Yeah.
said, no.
Okay.
There's no reason for him to be here that I'm aware of. And Mike, I mean, I see what you're potentially relating it to that.
Mhm.
But no, we haven't discussed it with him. I don't think Mike is either.
Okay. But as a fallback, they could go to the BZA for a variance on frontage.
Yes, and don't know whatever happened to the one lot, remember that we were considering.
Yeah.
Whether that, they never came to to the
Yeah,
BZA, did they?
We had a hearing, it started a hearing. They probably never put through it.
Okay.
Joni, what would the variance be?
It'd be for the frontage.
But they're non-conforming now. What would the variance give them?
They wanted to split the lot to make a flag lot and, it would bring it back, they would be that they would have, you know.
Well, the
frontage
variance
be
wouldn't
good for
help
this
them.
day- For this part and the frontage. be good
The
for-
variance would give them approval to be a 5 acre lot,
Conforming.
a conforming 5 acre lot.
Right?
Because right now, it is a non-conforming 5 acre lot. The variance would say, okay, you're all right to have a 5 acre lot with a reduced frontage of 235 feet.
And then they can split it.
And then they would be
Then
able
they
to split it.
can,
And then they can
then they can
request a
rezone
zoning
it. They
change,
can rezone to FR1.
which isn't that
They could
kind of
rezone the
ludicrous?
entire thing to
I mean,
FR1.
Yeah.
Then they could
The
split.
only reason for that zoning is
Yeah.
so that they
That's the
can
workaround.
then apply for the zoning change.
That seems
Makes
like
no
a-
sense.
that-
It's not logical anyway. Plus it costs the
It
or
does
costs
cost
the,
more.
Well, it
property owner.
It does, but wouldn't have to. Like if we identified these changes and if it's one of these non-conforming things the property owner didn't do anything to cause this, it happened to them. We could somehow work with them and say, we're gonna do this variance and the zoning change kind of all as one application. You're gonna apply for the variance, we'll get the variance, then we'll do your zoning change to go from AR1 to FR1, all as one fee. And then that solves their whole problem without making them jump through additional hoops and additional expense. Cause it's a problem, it's a problem that they didn't create that problem.
3 hearings, because the trustees still have to.
Well, if Mike brings in a proposal, we'll have more discussion about this.
Okay.
And on that point, Brittany.
At that point, yes,
Make a
Brittany.
motion to adjourn.
Second,
You know, we were all looking to you that, and seconded by Louis. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all signify by saying aye.
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 Anyone opposed, say no.
At 8:48.
There's no opposition. We are adjourned.